down to grounds. Speaking my heart like it really is. 'Cause I can't take another no. I see, I like, I go, I get. No one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. I got my lows, I got my highs, moving on close to my goal. Time is now, place is here to rest, filling the holes of my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. Racing up like a phoenix speaking my heart like it really is. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see,
Hello, hello, and good evening. Hope everybody's doing well today. Let me see here. I like to have a little soft music going on underneath. I don't know that I'm going to speak too much this evening. I am really, really sleepy. But I just thought I'd talk for a little bit here in the beginning. And just say welcome and kind of talk about what we're doing this evening. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of use my brand new sketchbook that I have here. One of my subscribers actually sent it to me, which is really exciting. And I want to kind of show support. They sent a note saying that, they wanted me to draw on it and hoped that I would have fun journaling in this. And what kind of better way to journal than with some dragons? Got my little friends here, as you can see. Actually, I don't know if you guys know what Kinder eggs, or in Germany, Überraschung eggs, but they're so cool. I thought I would use them for some inspiration here. They're so cool because they actually can fit like on your fingers. I always thought about like cosplay would be really cool if you have them attached. Like if you have a small enough finger, just kind of, just let them sit on there. But anyway, dragons today. And I thought we'd just kind of explore this really cool book that I was gifted, and it looks old. It's beautifully thick. And I was like, what better thing to put inside here than dragons? Am I right? So let's just go ahead and kind of like an unboxing. Let's just like open it up and see what the beauty is inside. I mean, just look at this thing. It's going to take forever to fill this up, but hey, why not, right? Why not? Never get tired of dragons. The Dragon Diary says stunning and brave Megatron. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Maybe I'll decorate the outside. You never know. Here we go. Oh, get some information here. An artisan at Leather Village. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Well, thank you, Vimala. I don't think I'll start on the very first page. Maybe reserve that for something else. I think it'd be easier to, I don't know, I kind of skip the first portion. My goodness, this thing's so big. But yeah, I hope everybody's had a great week. Let me get this in place here. And I think I should have tried to find some more fantasy-like music for this evening, but that's okay. Once this ends, we'll find something else. Yeah, just before anybody shows up, we just get Lord of the Dawn, see if I like that better. And I'm going to put my handy-dandy fingerless gloves on here. This is actually, this is a gift from one of my parents a while ago. It's actually Dracula. One of my favorite pieces of classic literature. And these things are so handy for when I'm on computer or drawing a lot. Just kind of keep my knuckles warm. So handy. Stunning and Brave Megatron says, what is that over there? I'm sure dragons have a diverse taste in music. I wouldn't doubt it. Why not? So, man, we'll just get started. It's always hard. Honestly, it's always hard. Does anybody else find it difficult to start in a brand new journal? I know I do. All right. Let's see. I think I might just kind of start with a head. I have Pinterest open and just to give me a couple of ideas, but I'm just going to start with like basic shapes here. Let's see. All right. So, always kind of difficult drawing when somebody's watching too, but you know, it's just part of the process. Let's see. And as I tell kids when I teach them how to paint in my classes, you know, there's really no wrong way to do a dragon because of the fact that they're not a real creature, and so there's definitely a lot of options. In fact, I did a tutorial for you guys of how to paint your own dragon. So if you're ever curious about wanting to start, it's a great place. Just get some basic shapes going on there. Who knows? Maybe this will be like the fantasy journal. I think that would be cool because I wanted to try to do a little mini series of combining animals. So like if you guys have any suggestions for like, let's see, of animals that would like be neat thrown together, like, I don't know, I'll throw out maybe like flying squirrel, and you guys throw me another animal and I'll try to combine them. Megatron says, I'm creating original Transformer characters. Oh, so cool. So we're like drawn together, if you will. A flying snake. Oh, I mean, isn't that kind of what a dragon is, right? Drawing together. That sound, though. This is great paper to, like, let's see. Oh. This looks like a bird. A robot dragon. Yeah. But again, no wrong way to make. We're just kind of sketching it out, see what happens. Maybe it won't be a dragon at the end of it at all. I don't know about you guys, but do you, for those that draw, do you talk while you draw? Like talk yourself through the process? Hey, memes! Happy New Year to you. I know it's February, but you know what? Like, it's still at the beginning of the year. Hope it's going well for everybody. Oh. Well, I am drawing a dragon in my new journal here, memes. And what I've just discovered, which is so cool, I was afraid this top portion wouldn't stay open. But if I pull on the little tab that's down here, it pulls it back, which is really nice. Now I just have to get this paper to stay open. I just can't quite get these horns. Wasn't quite getting the shape I wanted. It's interesting as I'm going along with this. It's like how to make a dragon look less like a bird, less like a horse. Like what's the secret? What's the secret? More like a lizard? Exactly. But how am I to make that more like a lizard? Thank you, the Forgotten Man, for stopping by. Just trying to, just learning the anatomy of animals, even make-believe ones, since we draw from real ones. Let's see. Do I want a horn? Maybe, but not that shape. A chicken lizard. Ooh. All right. I'm going to have to remember that. We're going to have to do a stream soon, guys, where I try to take your suggestions of creatures and we create. Oh, I didn't even realize that was Nomi. Hey, Nomi. We're like almost. I always tell people, like I say on the streams when we're doing stuff together, I'm like we're almost like the same person. We have a lot of the same similarities with the background. Just different parts of the world. I think that's so cool. You know, as different as everybody is, of course we are. We're all unique. We're all wonderfully created. We have things in common. And our differences are things that we can learn from. And it just seems like the world's kind of forgotten about how wonderful we all are in our differences. Oop. Got a notification. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can make this thing come to life. It's got some basic shapes here. Shading does amazing things for us. One of my favoriteest things to do. You know, whenever you're maybe creating something, whether it's painting, drawing, watercolor, whatever it is, like you always say, the devil's in the details, and that's so true. If you saw my recent video, one of my recent shorts where I tried to paint the evil queen from Once Upon a Time, Regina Mills. I'm very proud of that picture. I said paint, I drew. I was very proud of that. It didn't turn out exactly how I hoped, but it's such a far cry from where I came from. But I was discouraged at one point because there was just I wasn't that far along in the drawing, and I'm like, humans look so weird. I'm just not gonna lie to you. Humans look so weird when you sketch them out and there's no details. They're just the bare bones of the eye sockets and everything like that. And then all of a sudden I started shading and erasing for some highlights and everything. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just amazing. What a gift from God art is. Like, we get to tap in just a little bit, just a tiny bit of what it's like to create, and how wonderful and unique everybody is individually. I was doing her nose and her bridge of her nose and everything, and I'm just like, man, I know we're all different and different beliefs, but I'm just like, how can you believe that there's no creator, that there's no God that makes us all individually? Like, the tiniest details in our faces set us apart from one another. I mean, just the tiniest detail. And I'm like, what a master craftsman. And I'm just like, it's just amazing. What amazement. Humans are pretty amazing creations. Miss Martin Muses, wait, Once Upon a Time? Yes. So I popped into one of your, was it your stream one time where you were talking about Once Upon a Time and some of the atrocities really that were in the plot of the show, where all of a sudden didn't realize that a lot of the characters were taken advantage of if they were in like a coma, or they were married to people that they weren't really married to because they had these transformation spells. And it's like, wow, yeah, that's kind of a problem. But I love that show. Now, I haven't finished it yet. I do. If anybody knows me, they know that I have a hard time finishing shows, especially if I really like them. Reason being is because I don't want them to end. So if I never actually finish the series, then I can always start back from the beginning and have something new to watch. So same thing with Stargate SG-1 and many, many other TV shows. So I've been wanting to watch, and Regina is my absolute favorite character on that show. Lana Parrilla, she did the most amazing job ever embodying that character. You say whatever you want to. The rest of the characters are fantastic, but she carried that show, and I think she's the star of that show. Like Jennifer Goodwin and all of them, they did an amazing job as their characters, but like the arc of Regina and just the acting, how she could just turn it on and off with the maliciousness, it's just breathtaking. It should have ended after season 3. I mean, yeah, it did get a little wonky. I'm glad that it went. Spoilers if you've never seen it, you want to. Sorry, it's been out for like 11 years now. So, it is what it is. But I cannot stand, if you do, it's okay, but I cannot stand Captain Hook and Swan. Like that, I can't stand it. I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever, but that's just me. Yeah, see, Captain Swan ruined the show. It was just weird. I just didn't feel like it was natural. It didn't have a lot of the chemistry. I thought was weird. And Robin Hood, the Robin Hood thing with Regina, I wasn't too fond of either. It just didn't seem. It seemed like a really strange fit. But yeah, I just like that show makes me cry. I will say I get like because she's so convincing. And my heart breaks for her. But at the same time, I'm like, when she reverts back to being the evil queen after she's tried to be a good person, I'm like cheering her on. I'm like, yeah, bring back the evil queen. It's terrible, I know. I believe in redemption, but not in a TV show. Like sometimes it's just better off. It's not real life, so it's okay. She said, I will change your mind about Robin Hood. Okay. All right. What could possibly change my mind about Sir Robin of Locksley? I don't think he was a bad character necessarily. I don't know. It seemed weird to me. Maybe because, and I guess that was the dynamic, because she was such a fancy, ritzy kind of gal. And I know that was part of the show, but like, true love conquers all and all this. But and then of course Rumpelstiltskin. How could I forget him? How in the world could I forget him? He was an amazing character to her. Him and Regina, I think. Like I said, everybody else, like I think Emily D. Raven as Belle, and even Swan, they were good characters. Overall, a great show. Would watch again. In fact, I have. I've watched it twice, just never finished it. Robert Carlyle is the man. Yeah, he's a phenomenal actor. He really is. Seen him in every. I tagged you in an essay I wrote. What, on Twitter? Oh yeah, okay. I will definitely need to check that out. Let's see, I gotta figure out these lines on this here. All right, this to me, I don't know what about you guys, but this dragon, he looks a little sophisticated, I think, too. Maybe speaking of sophistication. He looks a little smug, I think, don't you? A little cheeky. A little cheeky. He needs scales, but I don't know how I'm going to do that so small. Now, I have seen him and Lana Parrilla do like Instagram live streams and stuff like that, and that they really try to take care of the fans and all of that. Seems like a really nice guy. Good people. I appreciate actors that try to take care of the fans, that even after all of these years, you know, I can't imagine how old it must be, you know, when you've tried to move on with your career, you've tried to grow and expand your career. If people only remember you for that one thing and you don't brush them off, I don't know how difficult that might be, because you want to be remembered for so much more. But the fact that they appreciate and are thankful that even like 11 years later, people, they still try to take care of them. He donated the chipped cup to us for a charity event we did. Oh, wow. Hey, rolling chairs. Maybe he's voiced by Sean Connery. That was a good dragon. I cried during that movie too, not gonna lie. Dragonheart. First time I saw that, I was a child, so I cried. All right, how would these necklines go? Okay. Something like this. Did I buy the book like this, or did I burn the edges? Not that I am unaccustomed to burning my own books, essentially, as far as making the edges look older. I did a video of that too. I made my own Jedi lore book, but this was actually gifted to me by one of you guys, one of my subscribers. I have an Amazon wish list. People were asking me for it, and they sent this huge, amazing book. And I was like, what are we going to do with this book, guys? And so I was like, maybe a animal fantasy book would be really like journal. Stunning and Brave Megatron, I believe, said that like a dragon diary. Is that what he said? But I want to do like all kinds of. I'm gonna do some crosshatch in here. Maybe try that. Go back to my roots here. My college day roots. Yeah, it was awesome. I was gifted around Christmas time quite a few wonderful gifts. I got some Prismacolor pencils, got some paint brushes, and I use them, and I'm going to try to use them and make sure, and I want to make sure I let people know, like, I got them. I'm so grateful. But you know what? Obviously, you don't have to get me anything. That's just there because people asked me to. But I want to make sure that I show my appreciation for that. And all really just you being here, watching, commenting, and engaging with me, that means so much. People liking my artwork, I mean, that means a lot more than a gift could ever mean. Hey, Kelly girl. You guys should check out Kelly's channel if you looking for inspiration for cleaning and all these kinds of things. She's stay-at-home mom, and you can see the day in the life of a military mom and what that's like. It ain't for the faint of heart, that's for sure. A fantasy kitty cat would be cool. Tall as trees, fast as the wind. That would be cool. I do plan on doing a stream where in this book we're going to combine creatures. So yeah, like a cat with a snake or something like that. Like we'll do that one time. We'll throw out some suggestions and see on the spot what I can do. Put my creative skills to the test. I can't promise anything too fantastic, but you never know. I might surprise myself. Okay. Let's see. Here says, Rolling Chair says, I love the art streams. Wish I could donate some money, but college has taken all my money. Oh, hey, I understand. Look, I understand. And if it's not college, it's fuel. And if it's not fuel, it's eggs. Like, look, take care of yourself. I appreciate the thought. Absolutely. But take care of yourself. We all have, we all got stuff we need to have, man. So I totally get it. I appreciate that, though. Hello, Power 700. Makani Draws and Megatron sent me here. Hello, hello. Yeah, I just recently had Makani on my channel, and we did art together where I try to teach YouTubers how to paint. And we did the digital versus fine art, both getting out of our comfort zone a little bit. That was a pretty cool stream. Be sure to check that out. See what we did. We worked on Super Mario, and we had very different takes on that character. Okay. I feel like this is a good start. Very, very good start here. I'd love to write his name right here. I feel like this is some kind of a very knowledgeable, semi-smug individual for a dragon. What should we name him? Throw me some suggestions. I'd love to write it right in here. And then I get started on a different dragon. I've got a little board up here to kind of give me some ideas. Let's see. Maybe I could expand. What was this one? My art is in the walls. In the walls. Felix. Smuggle. I wonder, can we combine Felix and Smuggle, maybe? Smuggle's so cute. Oh, what a cute name for a little dinosaur. Dragon. Felix. I don't know how I would combine Felix and Smuggle and make it sound cool. Ooh, how about, I wonder. Maybe, let's try... How would you spell that? Hang on a second. Let me make sure I spell it. I got an idea, guys. Let me see here. But I gotta... Is that maybe how you spell it? I can always erase it. All right. It's meant to be a rough looking kind of. Here we go. Like a Feagle. Or Felgle. I like, yeah, we were all kind of on the same idea. Felgle. Well, I've already written Feagle, but we were all kind of page there. Feagle. I like it. Felgle. Oh, Felgle would have been cool too. Feagle. You know, Feagle is what his friends call him. Felgle is what his mom calls him, but he gets made fun of, so he went with Feagle. There we go. Cool. Okay. So we've got this kind of head. What kind of a wingspan would a dragon like this have? Let's see. I need to Smuggle is what his girlfriend calls him. Okay. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's see. All right, we're just gonna kind of quickly sketch this out. Some basic shapes here. Give us an idea. All right, Feagle. So let's take some time while I'm sketching out Feagle Felgels, you know. Feagle Felgel. Oh, that's his last name. Hang on. We got to put it in there. I like it. And I'm going to do it with the hyphen. With the hyphen. Feagle Felgel. What a cute name. Even though he's supposed to be a little more, I think, aristocratic, but can't. Here we go. Feagle Felgel. The dragon. Of course. Let's see. What kind of powers or capabilities would a dragon like this have? I mean, I'm making him with a wingspan, so I guess he could fly. But like, is he like a snow dragon? Do we think he's a fire dragon? Or is he something else? Does he shoot, I don't know, poison ivy out of his mouth? Is he like, what could we do? What could we do with this kind of dragon? His fire heals people instead of burning people. Oh, that's cool. That would be kind of cool. I see blue fire as well. Well, maybe when he breathes and he heals people, it emits like a blue pixel dust kind of thing. That would be cool. Oh, that's a little wide. All right, I guess we're going to go kind of for the Batman symbol here. So, Feagle Felgel. Hey, rookie critic. This is Feagle Felgel. We are trying to decide what exactly his powers are. We have suggested that potentially he heals people with his breath, maybe in a fog of blue magic. Yeah, but I like the idea of I don't think his neck is long enough. Hang on. I know this is just supposed to be a sketch. You got to get the basic idea out first. But I'm one of those. I erase as I go. As long as it doesn't smell like eggs. Well, you know, all magic comes with a price, as they say. We were talking about once upon a time. You know, it's just like cough syrup and stuff. Doesn't always taste good, but it works. Okay, so we've got shoulders that kind of go into some hips. Got this nice hourglass figure. Hey, Holocron Library Fox. Most languages would pronounce the diphthong sliding over from E to I, like feign. Some, like German, even make an AI sound like, yeah, exactly. being partially German, I was considering that as well. I liked the medicine for earaches. It tasted amazing. Memes, you would. What land or planet or magic place does it come from? We have not discussed that just yet. We were just basically talking about I haven't gotten there yet. Figuring out what his powers were. This wingspan is strange. I'm gonna have to figure this out. It's just something is off. But again, as I was saying earlier, you got to get the basics out and then you add the details. Can't judge it till it's finished. Of course, it helps if I. Naomi says, I'm listening to the stream, just cleaning around while I hear your drawing commentary. Well, hopefully it's worth listening to. I wasn't planning on talking actually this evening. I am feeling right sleepy. I was actually going to listen. I started listening to Aragon again, and I was going to listen to the second book. I just finished the first one. I was going to listen to the second one while I did this. I thought how fitting, but I just ended up talking. So let's see. So this would be the bone structure right here. So it would come out. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Hey, let's see. We gotta go up. So wait, There we go. Yeah, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? I'm going to go visit with some family members this weekend. So that's why I thought I would stream tonight. I'm considering, I don't know how regular I can necessarily make it at this moment, but I am considering making Thursday evenings my my regular night for streaming. Some people have asked me if I, like what nights I stream. Do I have regular nights? And I thought, why? I shouldn't I? And I thought maybe I should do Thursdays. Then throw in other days if I want to, but I think Thursdays would be pretty good. Let's see. It's canon. Yeah. You never know. I just thought that might work. I mean, it works for me. I don't, unless I'm like gaming with my sister-in-law or something, but I thought Thursdays would be really cool. That's also one thing that's kind of inspiring this drawing stream this evening. I mean, dragons are really cool. I don't think we can argue about that, right? But I play Elder Scrolls Online. If you're not familiar with that game, it's online platform game where maybe you've heard of Skyrim. It's basically like a branch of that, where you expanded world of Tamriel, and there's an event going on, and to get daily tickets, which help you get special rewards and just things like that. And today I was trying to get some endeavors, some of my seals of endeavors completed, and one of them was to kill 30 dragons. So I'm like just traveling around in Elsweyr, northern Elsweyr, trying to wait for the dragons to show up. and so it takes a while for them to respawn, especially because there's so many other people in the game doing the same thing, because you get quite a few seals of endeavors to do that. And so I just decided to read a book whilst I waited. And so I need 30. I'm at 18 right now. How dare you? What are those lines, Tabitha? The ones from the dragon's hand? What hand root diagonally back to its back? These ones right here? I think that's what you're talking about. It's basically me trying to understand maybe where I want the arms to go. But I mean, aerodynamically, it's probably not the best place for his arms to be. They probably would need to be up higher. But then at the same time, doesn't have to make sense because it's a dragon. So. But it's also should have bone coming out of the peak of the wings. Bone coming out of the wings? You mean like right here? The arms go from its shoulders. Well, it doesn't have to. Because this could be a dragon that does not have arms nor legs. I forget which kind. Is that? It's not a Wyrm, because that one doesn't have any wings. I used to know this, what those kinds were called. They're just the body of a serpent with wings. So they don't necessarily, if they don't have any shoulders, then they don't have a specific wyvern. Maybe it is a wyvern. Yeah, I don't know if it's wyvern, wyvern. I looked on the internet, and so many people pronounce these different dragon names that I don't know. But it's just supposed to be like a travel journal. Like, let's just say I was out in the world and I spotted myself my first dragon, and I'm like, dude, I got to sketch that real quickly. All boned animals have shoulders. That's possible, but maybe in this world they don't. Maybe they don't. It kind of looks like a kite too. Yeah, just kind of like a rough sketch. It's not, and that's the thing about sketching like this. You look at it and it's like, well, it looks cool, but you start seeing and noticing when it comes to anatomy, how it could be different. And I don't know that I necessarily want to erase it because I like the way that it looks. But yeah, this is just kind of a rough sketch. I kind of like the lines right here. It could be just a pattern from the backbone or from the skin. It doesn't have to be the bones. This is true, but again, it's just a fantasy world. There's really no wrong way to do a dragon. There are good and better ways to do things, but there's no wrong way to do a make-believe creature. And if I ever would do Feigl again, I could see where I would change things up. I see where it's like, I think this would be different. Exactly, rolling chairs. It's a fantasy animal, so there's really no rules. Like I said, I understand though. Like there, you do want things to make sense. But even in our real world, I'd like you to explain the duck-billed platypus for me. The real world Pokemon. It's one of the cutest, weirdest creatures that we have. It's apparently very shy, from what I understand. It's difficult to have them come out. Part of me wants to kind of color this too, but I do love the pencil going on. So are we in agreement, folks? Like, we're going to create this creature together. Are we in agreement? Do we like the idea of blue mist that heals people with this dragon? Exactly. Feigl could be a snake-like dragon, so no legs necessary. Exactly. Um, maybe he's held together on good luck and wishes. We don't know. There was a need for the platypus, so God, or call it nature if you like, made it. It's true. It's true. Exactly. God doesn't need a reason to make something. No, I don't like that. This design needs to be eyeless. That's like if you ever watch the movie with Matthew McConaughey called Sahara, and he's talking about these seashells that apparently glow underwater, and they have yet to figure out how or why it glows. And he's like, I just like to think that it does because it can. So yeah, and I like the idea that this is a healing dragon, but the fact that he's kind of got this little cheeky smirk to him, I like it. I like to think that he, um, like he's friendly, he's happy to help, but at the same time, he might be a little persnickety about it, right? So maybe in a way, like maybe maybe he's not necessarily the friendliest dragon. Like, so even though he can heal, kind of like Rumpelstiltskin, all magic comes with a price. I kind of like that. He heals for a price. See, he's big pharma as a as a dragon. Sorry. Um, no, but I kind of like that because you think automatically if something has the healing capabilities that it's automatically friendly, right? But I like the idea of he's not really an enemy, but he, at the same time, what is that called? It's when it's not a protagonist and it's not an antagonist. It's somewhere in the middle. He's a gray Jedi. Um, he heals for an arm and a leg. Mike likes tacos. That's good. Um, maybe it's Mushu. Yeah, a little bit self-serving kind of a dragon, which is in a lot of the nature of fantasy dragons. So he'll help you. However, I like that. So we're making our own little field guide of dragons. I love it. I love it. Let's fill out this book together. I think that's fantastic. He gets annoyed that people only use him for his healing abilities instead of wanting to be his friend. Oh, there's that possible. Maybe that's what triggered some. Maybe he's like, oh, shoot, I can't think of the name of what a type of person that is, but he's kind of like that guy who knows a guy, and he's the guy, and he doesn't do anything for free, even if it's good, because of the fact that people mistreated his abilities. Keep the lines, Tabitha. Make it a skin pattern, but if you want him to use his arms and wings in any meaningful manner, you should keep the shoulder anklet arms. It's physics thing. Oh, I understand that it's physics, but I like the idea of breaking the rules because I can. Like, I do. Like it doesn't like we were all saying, it doesn't have to make sense. I know that might drive some people crazy. I feel you. I understand, but I've always been kind of that way. It's like it doesn't have to make sense to be cool, right? Pokemon. Yeah. See, we're all creating a backstory for Feigl. So Feigl, let me write this up here. So I'll just do this in cursive to kind of keep it. All right. Healing abilities. Blue. I like the idea of it being fog. All right, blue fog. Kind of maybe has like this what's that natural herb called that also has the calming effect to it? It's a chamomile kind of effect. It's almost like breathing chamomile onto people. I don't think it's a child's attitude. I think it's just a creative attitude. I mean, that's what artwork is really about. It's breaking rules, figuring out different things, extending the creativity. Um, and it's one of those things where you look at it and you know right away what it is. So it meets every part of the criteria. So healing abilities, mist, right? Fog isn't really romantic sounding, is it? Mist does sound better. Yeah, I agree. Uh, we'll write mist. Healing abilities, blue mist, and effect such a here. Nope. Let's see, like chamomile. Let's see if I can spell this right. You know what? Again, it's like a traveling nature journal. We'll can't sound it out, Tabs. Although isn't chamomile like a French word? I don't know how to spell this word. Let's see. There. Chamomile. Let's see. Next dragon, you should make him a taco vendor dragon who helps out his person with his fire breath cooking meat for tacos, like a food truck dragon. I would remember that. That's so cool. That's great, Nomi. I love it. And not to be stereotypical, but I think that kind of dragon deserves a mustache because it's again like you don't see stuff like that on dragons, but that would just be great, like this beautifully waxed mustache. Well, hey, let me get some coloring pencils here, like to help kind of yeah. These were the coloring pencils that someone also gifted me, like all these Prismacolor pencils. I'm like, let's use them on the stream. A white and gray dragon. I think I like that idea, and I like the idea that there would be some blue undertones. How do you open this thing? Hang on, I think this is going to be noisy. This is cool. It's like a little stand. Kelly says someone in the chat is hungry, talking about taco dragons. Yeah. What are you writing in cursive? I'm saying healing abilities. They're blue mist. It has the effect like chamomile. Let's see. I've got like a bluish, like a light blue kind of gray color here. Let's see. Got several grays going on here. Let's swatch, shall we? Ooh, that's nice. But you just corrected yourself from the heart, feeling that you don't like the idea that the creator doesn't need to have a reason for creating because that isn't God's way. There needs to be a reason or the art becomes meaningless. That's not, yeah, you have to adhere to God's set rules. That's not true. And even if you break some, the master, as opposed to the child, knows which ones to break and how. I don't think that's necessarily true because that's the wonder and the brilliance of artwork is that you're allowed to break the rules because it's not real life. We could you could literally draw a person with like an arm coming out of his backside that's not attached to anything because it's, I know it's a weird kind of idea, but I'm just saying, like, if the creator likes it, of course, then that's what makes sense to the creator. But um, I don't think that's necessarily childish. But at the same time, artists do tend to be a little bit more whimsical kind of folk. Maybe they're childlike wonder, childlike heart, Um, all right, so I do like this blue a lot or excuse me, the gray, this lighter on me because it has some blue in it. So I think that would be pretty great. All right, let's think. We'll start with white because there's no going back. And it's nice with the fact that this paper has like a sepia tone to it. So some of this, it'll be hard to see probably on camera. I don't know if you can really see that or not. But plus with the type of paper that this is, not very smooth. So blending, I don't know that would be much of an option. I don't think that's coming up in the camera very well, but it looks really cool here in the real world. Let's just hit some of these highlights. Let's contour and highlight and shadow and all this stuff. And then we can overlay as we go along. Cool. Yeah, we'll fill this up with some dragons. I would really love to do so in ESO, Elder Scrolls Online. They have these characters, these species called Khajiit, and they're basically human cat creatures, upright standing kinds of cats, or tigers, these kinds of things. And hey, Zakarat, let me press that right. 315. We are creating a dragon character together. This is Feigl Felgl. He's a healing dragon for a price. He's a little bit selfish, maybe, or kind of a businessman, if you will, business dragon. But anyway, but in Elsweyr, where the Khajiit are from, you have different sized cats. Like you have different kind of like tigers and lions, and then regular looking house cats. But they have outfits on, the little cats, and they have like little turbans on, or they have like necklaces with vests and stuff like that. They're really neat, magical looking little creatures, and I think that would be kind of fun to try to draw too and put that in this book. But we'll see. All right, so we've got some white down. We'll go from light to dark. My friend recently drew my cat as Jack Sparrow. It's like Puss in Boots and Jack Sparrow mixed with my cat. That's cool. All right, let's see what this color does. I'll go underneath here. I don't know if that shows up for you guys very well on camera. It's just really soft. I don't really want this to be too illustrative in the color choices. I like it being kind of plain, but it's nice to have some pops here. Like I said, like a field guide. This paper's doing murder to my colored pencils. Hey, that's okay. They're meant to be used. Hi, the lovely Sherry. How are you doing today? We are creating meet Feigl. Feigl, the businessman, the healing dragon. I do have some turquoise. Somebody said something about turquoise. I do have some turquoise in this amazing set of colored pencils. So the thing is, like with our color choices, he is looking very snowy, right? And so I'm trying to think of something that would set him apart. I know that, like, well, so colors that are associated with healing, I know there's the Red Cross. I'm kind of thinking somehow a touch of yellow in here, just because I think the flower or something like that for chamomile. Let's see, isn't it yellow? I can't remember. It's been a while. I cannot spell chamomile. There it is. Can't spell this. Mom. I knew I spelled it right. I wasn't that far off. There we go. Okay, it's kind of like a daisy, so it's white and yellow. So I think some yellow would be good to kind of, you have that cool and that warm tone. See. Yeah, I would make it a little bit darker so it shows up better, but I don't really want to do that. And maybe some yellow like on the spine here, just a tad. Let's give it a try. I'm just curious. Let's swatch first though. Ooh, that is bright. My goodness. That might not be the yellow I want. It doesn't really show up on camera, but it looks very pale, but it is very bright. It's like highlighter yellow. This one's much better. Softer. It's more like a comforting kind of yellow. And then what I'll do is I'll take a picture when we're all done, and I'll post it in the community tab and on Twitter if you follow me on Twitter. And you can see better some of these colors. Our creation that we did together. I might just for fun, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, not too much. Oh, missed a side. I will say I thank you all. You know, we all have different ideas of maybe the appearance of the dragon, but I will say thank you very much for like even challenging me on that. I you know, you can't grow, you can't get better unless you think outside the box, and unless people help you out with the critique and I think this has been fun. It gives you things you need to think about, and I think that's a great thing. All right. Do I have a Discord? I do not have a Discord. I do not know that is something I want to get engaged with. I don't know how it would serve me well. I don't really know what the purpose of Discord is. That live chats, community tabs, Twitter, things like that do. Perhaps I need to be enlightened, but I mean, I know a lot of streamers have it. I don't know why, because I'm not really aware of what is so special about Discord. So, let's get some. Yeah, there's a little bit more blue going on there. This gray is really fantastic. Forgotten Man says, "Are you able to scan this for sale? Would you guys?" I don't know. Would you guys be interested in having a copy of Feigl? Because I've done that before, where my live streams, when I paint on my live streams, all my paintings are for sale unless said otherwise. And yeah, I mean, yeah, you hit me up. I'm happy to share my art with you, and if somebody's interested in having, sure, having a copy of this, because I wouldn't mind keeping Feigl, but that's understandable. I was just going to send the art of my cat if you did have one. Oh, yeah. I love seeing other people's art. Feigl definitely looks cute, says Holocron Library Fox. Yeah. I think we all made a pretty cool creature together. And with a name like that, how could you not like him? He still reminds me of a kite, though. That's okay. Sell the scanned copies. Well, what I did last time with one of my pieces, so somebody had purchased one of my paintings when I did the Stargate Indiana Jones crossover, and but some people were also interested in purchasing posters of it, and so for a limited of time, I had it in my Etsy shop. So if you like, I could do that. I could get, once Feigl's all finished, I could definitely post some images of this here and have it for sale as a poster. I would make sure that I would, I don't have the capability to have it ruined on the edges, but I could include that in the poster so it's as close to the edges as possible. But yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in, I'd be happy to do that for you. Like I said, we made this together. Even my misspellings, because that's just part of the process. Have a string coming off of him. Yeah, totally ruined the whole image of him being this, this dragon. Oh my goodness, the sophisticated dragon. Oh, I think I should do some yellow in the ear. I don't have any yellow on his face, so just around the eyes. I think I should do the brighter one. Let's try this one. Swatch. Here we go. Just a little bit. And then just a little bit of yellow in the eye, too. Some scales. Don't want to blend too much because then it turns into green. That's what's so fantastic about Prismacolor pencils. They're very creamy is what I like to say. So, ooh, this is a really cool looking dragon. Once you draw more dragons, a calendar with all of your dragons would be cool. Who knows? You never know what 23 is going to bring this year, guys. I'm already grateful with what 22 had for me. I mean, I started streaming last year, close to around this time, and then I started doing live, like drawing streams, painting streams, and I didn't know if I would ever do it, but I was like, why not? I see other people, and so I just want to encourage you too. If there's something you've been wanting to try, I tell you what, I have a huge fear of failure and looking stupid when I attempt things, but it was definitely worth it, and I've learned a lot since then. We were talking about that, critiquing and people helping you out, trying to help you get better, and so I encourage you, do it. Life is too short to wait around. It's just that lately, we all know that death is a natural process, a natural part of life, but sometimes it happens so quickly, so suddenly that it just really makes you reflect. We don't have any time to waste wondering and hoping when something's going to happen for us. We gotta go and do, love on your loved ones, even the ones that you have a hard time with, because when they're gone, it's over. There's no making amends. That aunt that you wish you could get to know better, take that weekend trip and go watch movies with them, hang out with them, get to know them. Your nieces and nephews, your baby cousins, be a good influence to them. That YouTube channel you've wanted to start that you think maybe is too oversaturated a market, doesn't matter, because you're the only version of you that's out there. Life goes by very quickly, and ourselves, our health, forget, if you will, set aside the sentiment of your loved ones and think about yourself. We're not promised, the Bible tells us, we're not promised tomorrow. Our health could go like that tomorrow. I know people that in my own family, perfectly happy and healthy, go to the doctor and diagnosis is cancer. Thank God they're still with us, but that's not always the case. That could happen to you and me so quickly. So that camping trip you wanted to take and you're afraid to do it by yourself, ask somebody. See if somebody be willing to go with you. Maybe that person wants to go. They just are afraid to go by themselves too. If not, do some research, and just a book that I've been listening to is called Do It Afraid. Obviously, you don't do stupid things, but there are some things where you feel like you got a calling to do. Do it afraid. And especially if you're walking with Christ, he's never going to leave you. So you're never truly alone. Go out there and do it. You want to write that book? I'm working on a book myself. I've been working on it for 9 years, and I need to finish it. I love it. I have a burning passion to be an author. I've probably got about 9 of these filled with stories that I want to write, that I write down just like this. I write down the characteristics. I write down their past. I write down dialogue, how they would react to situations. And I need to finish my book that I started. I absolutely love it. And I hope to be able to share that with you guys one day, because I think it's a really good story. Not just speaking on it because I wrote it, but my plan, my dream, and everybody's different, but with the way entertainment has gone, and I know there are other people that are like me out there, there's a lot of stuff being pushed in our entertainment, and I would love to create adult, young adult books that you don't have to be worried about what you read. You don't have to worry about unnecessary content. You know, it focuses on the story. It doesn't necessarily focus on physical activities and foul I want wholesome entertainment, but that is still captivating, still realistic, still gripping. That's my goal. That's my plan, you know? I know they say that sex sells and that's what everybody really wants, but I'm sure there's some people out there like me that it's like, I just want a good story. And that's my dream. I'm missing some comments here. Cool isn't the first word coming to mind when I think about your art, Tab. This is Holocron Library Fox. In fact, from what I'm seeing, your art has a distinct warmth about it, like your personality. Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. Nomi says, what you just said just kicked me out of my funk. I need to get off my booty and start my channel. Girl, yeah, you do. I thought you'd already done it. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I think it'd be a fun channel. I could see it. I could see it coming to fruition. I have 28 nieces. Wow, 28 nieces and nephews, says the Forgotten Man. I won't have wallet for very long if I took them out. Hey, you know, sometimes it's not even that. Take a picnic over there and just share a bunch of Oreos and a pint of milk, man. It's about creating memories, right? It's not so much about the expense of the memory. It's just about the memories. When's the last time you knew an uncle or an aunt that just went to somebody's house and sat down and said, hey, we're going to have a picnic on the front lawn and we're just going to have milk and cookies. I brought 3 different kinds of cookies and some milk. I think that would be fun. My cousin died in a car crash when he was 19. Never squandered the time you have with the people. Absolutely. I had a cousin pass away. She was very young. She's such a beautiful, wonderful person, but I never got to know her like I wish I could have. And yeah. You know, and these people that are struggling and they're depressed and they're tired and they're looking for hope and they're looking for a kind heart. You know what? I'm talking about the people that are addicted to drugs, alcohol, or even entertainment, and they're just looking for somebody to care. They just want somebody to care that they exist in this world. If you haven't paid attention, you'll notice that in this world, most everybody's just looking for somebody to care just a little bit about them, take a little bit of interest in them. That's been on my heart because they just don't. We have gotten, because of the fact that we've turned God into a figment of our imagination, people don't understand that there's really somebody out there that cares about them all the time, no matter what they do. Literally, no matter what you do, you could never get God to stop loving you. But because God is a make-believe character now, depression is an all-time high. And man, he just wants to take care of you, show you his love, and you'll never have another friend like Jesus. People just want to know that they're wanted. For sure. And that's why I'm so grateful when you guys stop by for the streams, because again, as an artist and not doing everything correctly and making sense, but you still hang out, still watch, still comment, that means the world. That means the world, just that somebody would take an interest in what you do. I'm excited for Jay's book, says Rolling Chairs. Oh, me too, right? Like, look at him taking the initiative that maybe some of the rest of us need to do. And he's got this book coming out soon, I suppose. It's a book, kind of like what we were just talking about. It's a book about letting kids know that they matter in this world, that they have value. And if we've ever needed a book like that, it's now for sure. I'm excited about it too. Can't wait to get it. From little snippets that I've seen online, it looks beautiful. Dreaming Tabitha is entertainment. Well, I hope so. Okay, let's see. All right. I feel like that's enough color. I don't want to overdo it because, like I said, I want this to be just kind of, but part of me kind of wants to have just like this. All right. I might regret this, so I'm going to think about this for a second. Just kind of. Just kind of dirty up the edges a little bit, but just kind of fill in a little bit, not too much. That way, if I don't really like it, you can't really tell. Sadly, I have to go. Goodbye, Tabitha, chat, and Feigl. Yeah, the stream won't be going on for much longer, guys. Thank you, Rolling Chairs, for being here. I'm just gonna put a couple of like dark clouds basically over here, and then I think that will be what we do with Feigl. We might create more with Feigl. I've got this page on the other side, and I think I might try to do more with Feigl. I don't think his story is over just yet. No, sir. I think we've got more. And I've got to remember what Nomi said about that food truck dragon. We'll create a cool name for him. Put your thinking caps on. We'll be thinking about it. So we'll be. I think I might try to go when I can. Try to be regular about going on live on Thursdays and around the same time, unless otherwise noted. But R33S3M, hello Tabitha and chat. I've been listening but was driving. Now that I can get a good look, very impressive. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hope we've been entertaining for you. Yeah, I kind of like these little clouds over here. I don't want to put too many on there, but I think it adds a little something, kind of creates that idea of him actually in the air, not just like a flat surface, right? Just a few. But yeah, this won't be the last we see of Feigl. Look, what's such a cute name and an interesting story. We can't possibly just let Feigl this be the end. And maybe, who knows, maybe we'll create a storybook of dragons and they're all going to meet and hang out with each other. But yeah, if you guys are interested in having some copies of this, I will I'll work on that. I will definitely. I'm going to take a picture of it at the end of the stream. I will be posting it on Twitter and in the community tab if you want to see that. But yeah, who knows where this would take us. The Forgotten Man says, would be cool to build Feigl's world through different pieces of art. You never know. And one of the stories I plan to write does have dragons in it. Of course, a fantasy world isn't complete without dragons, am I right? But yeah, I think this is cool. Let's see. I think even though this whole book's going to be mine, I've got to. I'm going to go over here. Just sign it. And I'm going to date it because who knows? This book, depending on how often we're here, might take us into the next year. Maybe make a dragon calendar with these. You never know. Because we can only get better the more that we do. So if we think this looks pretty cool, can you imagine if I do 15 more of these? Outstanding. Yeah, so here we go, guys. We've got Felgel, excuse me. Try saying that 5 times fast. Feigl Felgel, the healing dragon, for a price. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Appreciate all of you and for the great conversation, the compliments, and just be sure to hit that thumbs up on your way out. And I hope that everybody has a magnificent weekend. I will hope to see you all next week. And hopefully soon I'll be having another traveling art video coming out as well. And I've got an extra special project that's kind of a collaboration between myself and Whitey's Wicked Workshop. He's a Star Wars room builder. He sent me something 3D printed that's huge. And I get to paint it, kind of like what I did with the Star Wars helmet that was sent to me by Black Market Outpost, except that I get to actually keep this time. So be staying tuned for that. I think I'm pretty sure what I'm going to decorate it with. Yes, and that's all I'm going to say about that for now. But again, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me and my little dragon friends. Nomi, go start that channel. I believe in you. And everybody else, go start that thing. Write it down, journal about it, put a sticky notepad on your refrigerator. Start that thing that you want to start because life's too precious. It's too short. And you matter, my friends. You matter, and you could make a difference in this world, even if it's just one person, because every person matters. Have a great evening, guys. See ya.